What's up everyone, we're back here again with more Tyranny, and we're gonna go ahead and start with the actual gameplay. So, welcome to Tyranny. If this is your first visit to the world of Tyranny, watch for these windows to help you become familiar with the game. You can disable tutorial messages at any time from the game options menu. So earlier, this person guy thing had called us over. So conversations involve you, another character, and sometimes additional parties like bystanders or companions who may interject. The choices you make change how the story develops and will build a reputation for your character over time. People in the world will learn of your reputations, both good and bad, and respond accordingly. You can read up there. Personality. Each character speaks these banners. Right. That's cool. So, Kairos, the Overlord be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. A pleasure to see you again, Fatebinder. You were with us since before the first official days of the conquest, and so it's fitting you're here now, in what I hope is the last gasp of resistance from these backwards tearsmen. Here's hoping you can convince the Archons to settle on a plan to crush the Oathbreakers. That is why you're here, right? I have lore 20, do I not? Yeah, let's use that. Your senses seem more than mine, good Fatebinder. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that was Kairos' magic and you're here on important business, well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to guess that you're here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague? An edict of twisted bones? We'll just say this. So the edict is leveled against us. Her eyes widen with fear, her posture slackens. But the Scarlet Crusade, oh my god, talking World of Warcraft here. But the Scarlet Chorus prevents us from taking action. Why would the Overlord punish both of? She clears her throat with a sigh. Forgive me, it is not my place to question. We should have conquered the enemy within weeks of arriving in the valley. The delay reflects poorly on all of us. And we have a couple of options here. I suppose I can use this. I think I'll gain more experience here. Yes, well, there has indeed been little goodwill between our armies, and you are right. When we act as we do, what choices do we give the Overlord? You are right. I should not cast blame so freely, especially not when talking to a servant of justice. My apologies. Well, you've traveled a long way. I won't keep you any further. I'm sure the Archons will want to hear from you at... Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with alarm. Did you hear that? More runners, third time this week. The Oathbreakers kept trying to send messengers through the mountains to gather help from the outside of the valley. She points over to the collapsed path by which you arrived. But they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. Alright. Looks like we're going to be entering combat for the first time here now. So, looks like we can actually pause the game with spacebar. And Tyranny uses a pausable real-time combat system. Your character can always perform basic attacks using unequipped weapons, or their fists if unarmed. Special abilities. Use an ability, left click on the ability or press the hotkey. Your cursor will change to indicate whether the you are not. Okay, continue. Okay, sounds good. So, let's go over here and smack the shit out of this guy.
For the Queen!
Okay. also have shield sword. Let's shield sword.
On it.
Sunder this boy. And then finish him off. That's good. Combat system's pretty cool. Interesting to say the least. And just take a look. We should be vigilant and deal with the remaining Oathbreakers in this pass. This seems like a suicide mission. I've been traveling for days. How much longer until I reach the Archons? Okay, how about we just not fucking bitch? Jesus. Go ahead and move this boulder since we have the athletics for it, and
Sorry, I can't.
Okay. This way. Let's go help this guy out.
Wayne!
Probably should have started it first. But it's a learning game, I suppose. I'm just gonna be going ahead. See on the bottom right here, they have the combat log. So our Sunder is down. Sorry, that was good. Follow up with a thrust. This guy should be close to dead at least. I can't seem to find the... I think the 3 yellow dots might be his health. I'm not quite sure. Let's try some.
Sorry, I can't.
For the glory of Kairos!
I think that was then. Makes sense. There's a bunch of things we can use here. Let's just take it all. Check it out later. Don't bother with me. Go down to the pass. Drastus. Ew. Well, let's help this guy out. He laughs through clenched teeth. This, but a scratch. You can see his fucking intestines, and he's saying it's but a scratch. I like this guy. You go on and help the others. Poor guy. Oh, he's probably gonna die.
Try and catch me, worm.
A young Scarlet Fury weaves around the Vendrian guard, attackers avoiding their weapons with fluid grace. She nods to acknowledge you. A breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to her countrymen. This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses.
Ha! Fate finder. You're here at last. Here to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery.
I mean, she's a part of our army, so why would I don't know. Also, we have a companion. Capable warrior, skilled in left melee, and ranged combat. As you acquire companions, it is possible to adventure alone. You will find the game more rewarding with a well-balanced party. Okay, cool. You can either control your new companion directly, or you can enable their AI and have them attack and use their abilities automatically. We'll see. Okay, sounds good. Do I have stances? I do not have stances. So let's see here. We have 2 attackers and 1 dude over there. So I think I'm gonna
Let's see what falls out of you.
help out with trying to kill this guy. So let's sunder him.
I see as the crow flies.
Sorry, I can't.
So now that he's summoned, let's thrust him.
I got it. Can't do that.
There we go.
Wait out, you little shit!
Oh, okay, damn.
Phew. I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent.
The fighter surveys the fresh corpses and nods
I'm
his
versed, by
satisfaction.
the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
She gestures to the skirmish unfolding in the pass below, shaking her head. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what she's doing here. She's fighting. Why are the Vendrian Guard attacking now? Because it's war. You fight like Storm once you roll in the army, a fucking soldier, and we're not going to dismiss her, so let's just join the fight.
Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search
Damn.
among the remains of our fallen
I think she's flirting
comrades.
with us.
Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching.
Okay.
If they deserved my praise, they'd be standing here taking orders. As it is, they're dead and I'm alive. The beating of my heart is celebration enough. Apparently you haven't spent enough time in the front lines, or you'd know that. For the voices of Nerat!
Let's loot these bodies. Can I... Let's go look at our bags here. All the things we picked. No, nothing? Okay, cool. I don't know. I don't know where all the things went.
Can't do that.
Oh, we're going down here. And we have this guy.
I got it.
Some more Vendrian guards. His words largely lost over the din of combat. If you've come to the TotsIGots, drop your weapon and perhaps we can settle this without bloodshed. We knew that violating the surrender meant an end to what little mercy and goodwill Kairos' forces have or ever will show us. Now there's no turning back. I know you tried to do right by us in the past, but now you're between us and the way out. Nothing personal. Okay, let's go. As he signals his men to charge, blah, blah, blah. Scarlet Chorus reinforcements, hurry. Hold positions, all of you. You there, keep to the path. No, don't engage them. We need to run.
Look at...
Banning combos. Banning combo, you'll see that at the end. Okay. Really, we just need her here. So, go ahead.
We can do this! They're not dead yet.
Right.
Cool. Okay, so that's solved. Now we have an unfavored run towards us. They have the commander. Oh no.
I got it.
And one more. Stow your weapons or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine. Look down below. Disfavored officer at knife point. Justice. Ha, him. This blade, if you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Lower your weapon, then charge forward and wrest the knife from him. Athletics 30, so... Favor with Scarlet Chorus, really? Okay. Okay. We'll just examine the parchment here. Desire to overthrow Kairos' Archons and rout their enemies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the Younger Realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. These are just the tooltips for you guys. That sounds good. The Archons are expecting you.
Sorry, I can't. Can't do that.
What gives? Well, it is the conquest. One chance. Wrath with Scarlet Chorus. The Tearsmen can't be trusted, rakes, thieves, and whores, nothing more. We were too merciful for the first time. Have this one tied up. He and his friends can watch each other rot in the sun. Okay. End this conversation. Oh my goodness, I have no idea where to go. Is there like a map? Ah, there she is. Can I go here? That's one way how to find out where to go. Yeah, little map. And we'll go out to Nita's favorite camp. We're making progress, everyone. So the quest is updated. We will proclaim Kairos' edict to the Archons. Right out here, though, looks like we have some trouble. Rabble. I respect that these are now just favored lands, and I am happy to give the Legion a proper toll. But she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's right. A trade permit? Well, how was I mean, to whom should I speak for such a thing? Not us, and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. Why have I lost favored with this disfavored? Alright, slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. The voices in Nerat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? Let's be straightforward. Why so suspicious? I just got a feeling. No? It's like a few years now. I heard that Graven Ash and the voices in their eyes shared some bad blood with the Northern Empire. I don't know anything By my authority, the Archons will fall mine. That's absurd if the Archons cannot put the house on hold. They are unfit to command. What?
Right. Sorry, I can't.
Did she say to the right? I think she said to the right. Here's a dude. A gate, not covered in moss.
What have we here?
What have we here, indeed?
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tiersmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Did I give you permission to speak?
Ah, the Stormcaller. Conveniently late once more. Our eyes and ears tell us you come bearing an edict. The anticipate.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all. Likewise.
It would seem the honor is all yours.
Modesty is your prerogative, but know that cooperation and goodwill have been rarities of late. You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavored.
Oh, don't mind us while you trade your gushing praise. We're sure the fate by...
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers? The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mittani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? A baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
I second the Fatebinder. Thought you had the memories of one of those Oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies?
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me, please.
Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Mittani, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile. Good ear, young Fatebinder. When the Vendrian guards surrendered, Mittani Yanev had the audacity to demand an audience. Being the gracious Archon we are, we obliged. What the good captain knew, we now know. Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, Speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Alright, so I think that'll do it for the second part of Tyranny. If you guys like this video, please like it, comment, subscribe, and everyone have a good day. See ya.